Another video, and today we're gonna be reacting to Moist Critical. This YouTuber published game is actually good. Let's get straight into it.
Who loves to smile. Tickle me and I'll giggle and spit up. Play peekaboo with me and I'll laugh out loud. And you know what makes me really happy? Seeing YouTubers branch out from their normal content and do something totally different and absolutely
Of course, love to see it, love to see
crush
it.
it. It feels so good for the soul, honestly. Because typically when you see a YouTuber backed anything, whether it's a movie, a product, a game, whatever, the initial assumption is that it's going to be complete irredeemable dog shit. And that's because there's many years worth of
That's a low expectation.
data to pull from with YouTubers releasing trash. It's a very well established phenomenon.
It's probably a stretch because I've personally never played a YouTuber published game, but I never thought a YouTuber would publish a game. I guess it is probable, of course, but still.
Conspiracy theory, that's just the hard truth of it. That's the cold water. Seeing a YouTuber's stamp of approval on a product is more concerning to consumers than seeing that California Proposition 65 warning on food about like the chemicals basically being a fucking bioweapon or whatever.
Wait, what happened?
Seeing a YouTuber's stamp of approval on a product is more concerning to consumers than seeing that California Proposition 65 warning on food about like the chemicals basically
Bro, I didn't catch all that the first time. I don't know why.
being a
45 6-point ratio. This product may contain chemicals known to the state of California to cause cancer, birth defects, or wait, what?
fucking bioweapon or whatever. It's just one of those things where no one really has a good impression of YouTuber backed anything outside of like their videos. So in the rare cases where they absolutely nail it, it's heart healthy like Cheerios. But unlike Cheerios, I'm not lying when I say
I mean, he's hyping it up right now. I might want to play it. He's hyping right now. He's really giving it a real, like, hold on.
It really does feel
He's
good.
glazing it. I'm gonna say how it is.
Most notably, the one that pops into my head about a YouTube group going out and doing something very different,
This better be catchy.
crushing it, is Raka Raka with their horror movie Talk to Me, which was an absolute smashing success. And now, I'm happy to say that Video Game Donkey now gets to join this exclusive club of YouTubers that have made a fucking banger outside of just normal content. So, Video Game Donkey has a publishing company called Big Mode, and they've just published their first game, Animal Well. It's a passion project that's been worked on for 7 years by a solo developer named Billy Basso, who has done the
I'm gonna turn on the captions. I'm turning on the captions. I don't care. All right,
entire
got the
game
captions
himself from scratch. He designed his own engine for it as well. It's also been highly successful in terms of sales and just general reception. It has glowing reviews, just 10s and 9s out the wazoo. Everyone is
I want to see the game in question. I want to see the game on the screen. I want to see the game that he's
gushing
hyping.
grannies over this game. And now I've played the game and I agree. It's a really good game. And I'm not just playing softball with it. Like
This honestly looks like it looks like a format I've seen before, but like the ghost cat thing, just like from looking at it right now, it honestly looks cool as hell.
A lot of people are speculating. There's plenty of people that don't like Donkey on Twitter who are trying.
Oh my god.
Plenty of people that don't like Donkey on Twitter who are trying to belittle this game and just saying like, oh, it's only because
I love multiple different type of games, so it's like
he's, you know,
especially
Donkey,
this is
that
like
people
some
are being nice to
parkour
it. It's actually
type-ish.
just a totally average game. If his name wasn't attached to it, it wouldn't be doing well at all. And I really think that miserable worm Grinch energy is very misplaced in this case, because even without Donkey's name being attached to this game in any way, I still think Animal Well would be.
This reminds me of Geometry Dash. This honestly reminds me of Geometry Dash. But it does look fun
video
though.
Game darling. It's a very interesting game. It's a
looks so.
Metroidvania with no combat. You have to get very creative with your tools to overcome some obstacles.
Yeah, this is like Geometry
Mainly
Dash.
puzzle solving. There are enemies,
For
but you
sure.
never actually fight them per se. And I actually think that makes it super fucking fun to have to like outsmart.
But those things, that character that he's playing looks like one of those things from Pac-Man. You know, the one that's trying to kill you and when they glow.
everything you see on
Wait, no, I
screen,
don't guess it
including
don't look like
yourself,
that,
where
but
a lot of times some
yeah,
of
it
the
does
puzzle
look like one of them.
solutions
To
I
me, it
was
does.
dreadfully overthinking on. So this is a genre that I don't even really like, by the way. I like some Metroidvanias, but on the whole, I
I
just
love games like this. I love Geometry
feel like I've
Dash.
kind of experienced everything the genre has to offer over the course of the fucking
What the
29
hell?
years I've existed in this world. But somehow Animal Well still
That's
delivers something that
that.
felt
Did he
truly
just
unique
smack him out the? That
and
actually looks
fresh.
fun. Okay, that
So I
actually
went into
looks
this not really
difficult.
knowing
He
too
just
much other
smacked him out
than
the sky.
I probably won't like it, but I'll at least understand why others do. I'll be able to appreciate it, even though I might not enjoy it so much myself.
I mean, this seems like the type of game where like I would like I'd play it for a little bit, but I wouldn't like, you know, you wouldn't catch me playing this for more than I'd get bored of it like for like 2 or 1 week.
But after streaming it last night and experiencing it, I actually really enjoyed it. This
Yeah,
shit
it looks like an enjoyable
slaps.
game. I feel like you just couldn't play a longevity unless they have a lot of levels. How many levels do
And
they have?
like I said, I do not even really like this genre all that much. Like, I can always appreciate them, even though I myself don't find enjoyment in them, but this one, I did. I was having a lot of fun with it. It's a game that throws you into this world and tells you nothing. Pull yourself up by your own bootstraps and
There's a
use your
story?
noggin to crack the puzzles and progress. And even though I know that that's not exclusive to just Animal Well, it didn't reinvent the wheel of Metroidvanias or anything, the way Animal Well executes on the concept, I really think is just great.
It really does count down to that sometimes, because sometimes some games have like the right like it's the right like genre and everything, but they just mess up with the actual gameplay.
If the game did suck ass, I wouldn't be shy about saying that. I think at
course.
$22, or, well, $25 when it's not on sale, that's not nothing. Of course, it is cheaper than most games out there, but it's still a chunk of change, so I have a feeling people that don't know about Donkey would like to know more about the game outside of just memes and references.
It better have a hell of boards than if it costs money.
It's, of course, very comparable to Halo 2 meeting Halo 3, but to really get
Is this
into
only
the
on
meatballs
PC?
of the spaghetti here, it's just a great game, even if you have no fucking clue who Donkey is or what Big Mode is. If that word means nothing to you, this is still a game that I do think is worth the $25. Now, it is a short game. It is not long by any means. But I've always been of the belief that I'd rather have like a 5-hour masterpiece experience as opposed to like a 50-hour fucking slog.
So you're telling me, wait. You're telling me that I would pay for the.
This is
I don't
Wuthering
know.
Waves, and if you
I don't know if
pre-register
I
off this
agree with
video,
that
you
one
get
though.
access to tons of
I don't know if I actually would get this, because of the sore fact that if I do get a game, I'm gonna want to play it. Like, buy a game, I'm gonna want to play it for a long time. With games like that you buy, like even with like games with like story modes, like Resident Evil, they give you like extra stuff to do later. They don't just let you like play through the gameplay for a couple hours and then it's just over. That's so stupid. I hate that so much. I can't. No, if I'm paying for it, I need it to be something I can like play at least for like a couple months, not just no.
Experience. Like Starfield, for example, spending 50 hours just beating my head against the wall and doing tedious chores on barren, empty planets, that's all just significantly less fun and less worth it in my eyes than paying that same price for a shorter game that keeps everything fast-paced.
Nah. If I commit to a game, it has to be long. I don't like games that are easily beatable, because then everyone beats it, right? Like I don't know. It's something about competition games for me.
It keeps you engaged, keeps you hooked, and having fun, as opposed to just like mind-numbing time padding. That shit I think sucks. And Animal Well, I don't think has anything that would ever be misconstrued as padding or wasteful.
It actually looks like a W game, though.
Like that. It's just such a joy to play. So I really feel like I got my money's worth out of Animal Well. And I know a lot of people have probably purchased the game just to support one of their favorite content creators. But even beyond that, I imagine they're pleasantly surprised with just how much fun the game they got is. There's nothing wrong with buying it just to support someone, but for like a general audience that doesn't know Donkey, I do still think that this is a game they will appreciate greatly.
Who exactly made it? Because he probably said it, but I don't remember.
There's really nothing that I dislike about it. Now, that's not to say it's a perfect game, because this is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Just fucking full stop right there.
No game is really, though. It's really like any game receives hate. Like, your favorite game receives hate. Even COD, even though COD is a amazing franchise, people hate COD. Some people hate COD.
We don't need to beat around the bush here. This is a game that's not going to appeal to everyone because it is slow-paced. It is what you make of it. You're solving puzzles.
But I love games like that.
You're trying to.
But he said it's kind of short, though. That's the problem, though. I love slow-paced games that are long.
You get around enemies as opposed to just fucking brutalizing them. You're not going to be stacking up corpses of all the enemies that you're killing. It's nothing really like that, and for a lot of people, that's going to be boring. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If this isn't a game that appeals to you, that's just the way that it is. I don't think that makes you wrong or anything. It's just a different taste. Like I said, I've become pretty...
He's riding hard for this game right now.
...tired of Metroidvanias on the whole, like over the last few years. This one, however, was just a surprisingly good one that really felt unlike most others that I've played before. So I've been personally really enjoying it. I never really had problems with any slow-paced games, and I think that this one offers enough new mechanics into it that really made it feel exciting for me. Like, I can't think of any other...
If it was a lower price, I'd probably play it, but nah.
Games where you have like a fucking frisbee that you can surf on and use to solve puzzles creatively, or like a bubble wand that actually has some very interesting speedrun tech to it, where you can... This, I imagine, is not intended, but you can actually bubble chain with it, and you can solve some puzzles, probably in very unintended ways. And I don't know, it's just that sense of being able to tackle new things in creative ways. It just really felt good. And I just love the way the game looks. I think most people will probably like the aesthetic of the game, and the sound too. No. I think most people are going to love the way the game sounds. No. So to me, I've really enjoyed Animal Well. I'm extremely impressed with it, and I'm very excited to see what else Big Mode will publish in the future. This is a fucking amazing start. They're out here batting 1,000 with this one. They hit a big home run. As a few others have said, it is scientifically accurate to say that Big Mode only publishes bangers. I think this game is probably the best possible start you could pray for as a publisher here.
I'm not going to restart it.